category was the category of what I would term the extremists, if you like. You know.
The extremists on the right or on the left?
On both sides.
On both sides, okay.
Because you had Conservative Party feeling it was not going to form part of the negotiations. You had ASAPO feeling they were not going to be part of the negotiations.
On the extreme left?
Yeah, extreme left, extreme right. Now, so when the negotiations started, they started at a point where now there had to be points that the negotiating parties had to agree on. One was that they had to agree on a management structure, a structure that was going to manage the whole process. And to that end, it was agreed that each party will send 2 members and 2 advisors. All right?
One party sends
2 members and 2 advisors.
2 advisors.
And then from there, no, the other way around.
Okay.
The first one was the working committee. The working committee
yeah.
was 2 members, 2 advisors.
So this working committee was the one that is supposed to come and plan how are we going to compose this CODESA.
Exactly how everything is going to run and what are the issues that are going to be discussed. Now, the issues, key was 1, the reconstruction or restructuring of the SABC. Because the ANC felt you could not get into negotiations and continue with political life with the SABC structured as it were. Because SABC was an instrument used by the apartheid government to drive, among other things, its political propaganda. So you need to change that. The MP on the other side felt the ANC must disband umkhonto wesizwe. Suspend the armed struggle, disband umkhonto wesizwe, and actually surrender the weapons to the armed forces of the then government. And of course, it became clear that on this one they want to win. But at the same time, de Klerk had another problem. And the problem was that NP parliamentarians were not convinced that he was taking the correct route.
Hold it there. The referendum he did not do an internal party referendum. He did outside.
We're going there.
With the public, okay.
We're going there.
All right.
When he could not get the full support of NP parliamentarians in parliament, it cost him to go to parliament and announce in parliament that to prove his support, he was going to have a referendum. And this was a referendum which was going to be run amongst white members of the population.
I want us, so I'm not lost.
Yeah.
So he talks to his parliamentarians. He doesn't get buy-in. Doesn't he go to the party before he goes to parliament? So, and this parliament is the one where Helen Suzmans are sitting, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So everybody's sitting there.
Okay.
No? And remember the other problem that he had in his own political party, the National Party. If you want, the National Party had two factions. The Verlegtes and the Verkramtes.
What does that even mean?
The Verkramtes were the more conservative ones.
Okay.
And the Verlegtes were the more enlightened ones, so to speak.
Who understand
who apparently understood.
Yeah. But the landscape is changing.
Yeah.
We have to try.
Yeah, so you would get support from the Verlegtes as opposed from the Verkramtes.
Okay.
But all these formations existed within parliament. Plus with other political formations.
Yes.
As like your Democratic Party then, Yabo Helen Suzman, and your Conservative Party.
Yes.
No? Far right. So he then said, no, to demonstrate that I'm on the right path, because these ones were asking the same question that we're asking. Where did you get the mandate to negotiate? Because surely the people we are negotiating with have the mandate of their own constituencies, meaning the ANC, the Communist Party, the South African Indian Congress. These people have the mandate of their constituencies. But when where did you get your mandate? And you couldn't prove that you had a mandate to negotiate. And then he said, okay, fine. Very simple. We'll hold the referendum. But this referendum is going to be a referendum of white people. People have to decide whether they say yes to negotiations or no. And he said, but you must remember, if you say no, you are saying yes to continued sanctions against South Africa. Okay? And for that reason, many white people voted for yes. And he won that referendum. And that's how then he went to the negotiation table.
58.7, that's 69%.
Yeah.
And he was hoping for maybe around 51, 50 point.
Yes.
Yeah, and he won it by
a landslide. Remember, what actually brought the National Party to the negotiation table? What actually brought de Klerk to the unbending of the liberal